The left paw, secret of male cats. Ever watched a cat paw at a toy and wondered if it favors one side? Turns out most male cats actually do, and they prefer their left paw. Just like how some humans are left-handed, many male cats are naturally left-pawed. Researchers dove into this by observing how cats interact with toys, stairs, or even their food bowls, and discovered a pattern. Female cats tended to favor their right paw, while males leaned left. It's not just a cute quirk, it's built into their biology. While not every single male cat fits the trend, over half of them do. It's a fascinating little clue into their wiring, and once you notice it, you'll never look at your cat's swipe the same way again. 2. The hidden truth about lifespan. Male cats, on average, don't live quite as long as females. That sounds a little grim at first, but let's break it down. The difference is typically just 1 to 2 years, and it's not a universal truth for every individual cat. It's more about averages taken across huge groups. So what's behind it? Well, male cats, especially if they're unneutered, tend to be risk takers. They roam farther, get into more fights, and generally put themselves in situations that shorten their lifespans. But this is where responsible care changes the game. Indoor life, proper vet attention, and most importantly, neutering can even the playing field, or even tip it in the male cat's favor. 3. Neutering, the game changer. Neutering isn't just a population control measure. For male cats, it's actually one of the most powerful health interventions available. Studies have shown that neutered males can live over 60% longer than their unneutered counterparts. That's not just a few extra months. It could mean several extra years of companionship. The reasons are straightforward. Neutering eliminates the risk of testicular cancer, drastically reduces aggressive behavior, and cuts down on the urge to roam and fight. Fewer fights mean fewer injuries and a significantly lower risk of catching serious feline diseases. So while a scrappy, unneutered outdoor tomcat might seem like a rebel, he's not playing the odds well. 4. Fathers? Not usually. Except, when it comes to parenting, most male cats take a firm paws-off approach. In the wild or even in domestic settings, male cats typically don't get involved in raising kittens. They don't stick around for diaper duty, or in this case, grooming and teaching. But here's the curveball. Siamese male cats are the rare exception. These guys can be surprisingly involved. Reports describe them lying with kittens, grooming them, and acting as comforting presences in the nest. It aligns perfectly with what's already known about Siamese cats being affectionate, social, and extremely bonded to their humans, and sometimes their kittens too. 5. A sound you can't unhear. The caterwaul. Most people know about the noisy cries of a female cat in heat, that unmistakable wail that echoes through the house. But male cats have a sound of their own, and it's just as dramatic. It's called caterwauling, and it's not something you forget once you've heard it. It's a deep, eerie, almost siren-like call that announces a male's presence and intention. It serves multiple purposes: attracting females, responding to females already calling, and warning other males that this territory is taken. Think of it as nature's version of a dating app alert, but with serious volume. 6. Why they're called toms. Ever wondered why male cats are called toms? It didn't start in science. It actually came from literature. An old book titled The Life and Adventures of a Cat introduced a character named Tom, a male cat known for his romantic escapades and roaming lifestyle. The name caught on, and before long, people were calling all male cats Toms. Later, popular culture, especially the cartoon Tom and Jerry, helped cement the name in everyday language. So next time someone calls a cat a Tom, now you know. It all started with a feline Casanova from an 18th century novel. 7. The gentle giants of the cat world. When it comes to size, male Maine Coons are in a league of their own. These cats aren't just big, they're monumental. A healthy male Maine Coon can weigh up to 25 pounds and stretch more than 3 feet from nose to tail. The record holder, a male Maine that measured over 47 inches long, longer than most human arms. But here's the twist. Despite their size, they're known for their calm, affectionate personalities. They're often described as dog-like in their loyalty and friendliness. So while they may look like mini lions, these big boys are some of the gentlest creatures in the feline world. 8. The orange cat gender mystery. Ever noticed how many orange cats are boys? That's not a coincidence. Up to 80% of all orange cats are male. It all comes down to genetics. The gene responsible for orange fur lives on the X chromosome, Male cats only have one X, so they only need one copy of the gene to be orange. Female cats have two X chromosomes, meaning they'd need two copies of the gene, a much rarer combination. That's why orange female cats are less common. So the next time an orange tabby crosses your path, chances are he's a he. 9. A disturbing natural instinct. This one's hard to talk about but important to understand. In rare cases, male cats have been known to harm or even kill kittens. While this behavior is more commonly seen in the wild, it can occasionally happen in domestic environments too. It's not about cruelty, it's a biological instinct. Some theories suggest it's because kittens can be mistaken for prey, or that eliminating other males' offspring might bring a female back into heat sooner. It's something lions and other big cats also do. While rare, it's a stark reminder of the wild instincts that still linger beneath the surface. In nature, survival strategies don't always align with human ideas of kindness. For some male cats, eliminating kittens means reducing future rivals or speeding up the reproductive cycle. Both deeply wired behaviors shaped over thousands of years. But it's crucial to note that not all male cats behave this way. Many live peacefully alongside kittens, especially if they're neutered or introduced in a calm, controlled environment. Neutering dramatically reduces the likelihood of aggressive or territorial behavior, including this kind of aggression. In fact, most male cats in loving homes never display this instinct at all. A lot comes down to socialization, temperament, and how early they're introduced to kittens. A well-adjusted male cat raised around other cats or in a multi-cat home is far more likely to be indifferent or even gentle with younger kittens. Some even take on protective or curious roles, watching from a distance or sniffing gently before walking away. The key is awareness. Knowing that this behavior can happen, though rarely, empowers cat guardians to make thoughtful choices, especially when introducing new kittens into a household. Early monitoring, slow introductions, and understanding body language go a long way. A flicking tail, flattened ears, or low growls are all warning signs not to be ignored. Cats aren't malicious. They're instinct-driven creatures. Behaviors that seem shocking to us often have deep evolutionary roots. And just as those instincts can surface in rare, unsettling ways, they can also show up in beautiful ones, like the gentle grooming of a kitten or a soft paw placed protectively nearby. Every cat is different. While caution is wise, fear shouldn't override understanding. At the end of the day, it's about context. Wild environments demand survival behaviors that don't translate to the safe, cozy spaces of domestic life. When male cats have consistent care, a secure home, and loving human interaction, they're far less likely to act out any ancient instincts. Instead, what shines through is their capacity for calm, curiosity, and even affection, sometimes in the most unexpected ways. 10. Born to be alone in the wild. In nature, male cats are loners. While female cats often form small colonies, especially around food sources, males typically stake out and defend their own territory. Living solo helps reduce competition for mates and food, but domestic life changes the equation. With neutering consistent meals and no need to fight for survival, male cats can become incredibly affectionate, social companions. It's one of the biggest contrasts between the domestic and wild sides of a male cat's life, from lone warrior to purring lap cat. 11. The names everyone's using. When it comes to naming male cats, some names rise above the rest. The most popular male cat name today is Oliver. Close behind are names like Leo, Milo, Simba, Oscar, Charlie, and Max. Short, punchy names like these aren't just trendy, they're also easier for cats to recognize. Sound plays a role in how cats respond, and simple, sharp names are more likely to get a cat's attention. Pop culture, of course, adds its own flavor. Characters from movies and shows often shape name trends, turning fan favorites into household staples. Names like Simba surged after The Lion King, while Leo continues to rise thanks to a mix of astrology, celebrity influence, and the majestic vibe it gives off. Milo gained traction after films like The Adventures of Milo and Otis, while Oscar remained remains timeless, striking the balance between classic and charming. Max, short and strong, is a go-to for cats with bold personalities, and Charlie feels approachable, warm, and friendly. Then there's Felix, a vintage nod to animation history, still found in households today. Loki is a newer trend, especially among fans of Norse mythology or the Marvel Universe, perfect for mischievous tomcats with a flair for chaos. Some cat parents opt for food-themed names like Mochi, Nacho, or Beans, especially if their feline has a playful or quirky nature. Others love regal names like Caesar, Apollo, or King, emphasizing presence and stature. Names like Shadow, Ash, and Midnight suit cats with darker coats, while Snowball or Casper are popular for pale or white cats. Still, some lean into irony. Calling a massive Maine Coon something tiny like Peanut or Mouse always gets a laugh. Then there are human-style names like Jasper, Henry, or George that give cats a dignified, almost gentlemanly flair. In recent years, cultural names and international influences have entered the mix too. Names like Hero, Nico, or Luca are gaining popularity thanks to global media and cross-cultural appeal. For those who love a bit of humor, names like Meowington, Sir Pounce, or Chairman Meow still make the rounds, proving that creativity has no limits in the cat naming world. Some guardians even name their cats based on behavior. A chill cat named Zen, or a hyperjumper named Rocket. No matter the name, what matters most is the bond it represents. Names become part of a cat's identity. Say it often enough with love, and they'll associate it with comfort, food, and attention. Over time, names evolve into something deeper, a cue that brings them running, a sound that means home. And when cats recognize their names, it's not just conditioning, it's a sign of connection. It's proof that despite their reputation for aloofness, cats do listen, especially when it's their name being called. 12. The temperament legacy. Here's one that might completely change how people think about genetics in cats. A male cat's personality doesn't just affect his behavior, it can shape his kitten's personalities too, even if he never meets them. Studies show that bold, confident male cats are more likely to sire confident kittens. Shy males? Their kittens often grow up more reserved. It's a fascinating insight into how deep the nature versus nurture rabbit hole goes. So if a kitten seems particularly fearless or cautious, the father's traits may be echoing through them, quietly guiding who they become. Male cats are so much more than the cool, independent guys they're often portrayed as. They're layered, fascinating, and shaped by a mix of genetics, biology, and instinct. From left-pawed quirks to inherited temperaments, each truth unlocks a deeper understanding of how these animals live, love, and behave. Whether they're gentle Maine Coon giants or fiery orange tabbies, their stories stretch far beyond what meets the eye. If this deep dive into the secret lives of male cats left you surprised, curious, or simply smiling, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you never miss another animal story that pulls back the curtain on the creatures we think we know. And if your own tomcat fits any of these truths, tell us about him in the comments. We'd love to hear it.